Hello and welcome to LeedsHacks News. I'm Zoe Merry.
And I'm Vishali Varu. Here are today's headlines. Crowds marched through Leeds city centre to mark the 10th annual Transgender Day of Visibility.
And bars in Leeds on alert as antisocial behaviour is at its worst in a decade.
Calverley clean-up. Local residents start up operation to leave area litter-free.
Crowds in Leeds marched through the city centre to protest against inequality faced by transgender people.
To mark the 10th Transgender Day of Visibility, Trans Pride Leeds hosted the march for the second year running. Emma Hildebrand reports.
The demonstration began at Leeds Art Gallery, where people made speeches, held the banners high and chanted to be heard.
After the last couple of years, trans people have been absolutely vilified in the press and the media, and we're often kind of overlooked at mainstream Pride events. So this event is about showing people that we are here, we're not going anywhere. I think it's just having that visible presence on a Sunday afternoon. It's Trans Day of Visibility, it's the 10th one, just to make us visible and to make me show people that we are here and we are part of society and we're going to keep fighting for our rights.
With it being the second march of its kind in Leeds, many gathered to stand up for their rights.
Significant because there's a lot of transphobia in society today and people want to sort of be seen, be validated, walking the streets and say, you know, we belong here.
I'm just happy that there is a space in which trans people can be seen in public, and I feel like that's super important just for people to actually know that trans people exist.
I think it's about community. It's about meeting all kinds of interesting people, friendly people, and being part of something.
When I came out to my dad, I was like, Dad, I'm trans, do you know what that means? And he was like, does it mean you like boys and girls? I was like, no, that's bisexual.
Hundreds of people just marched through Leeds City Centre on Transgender Visibility Day. They are fighting for their rights and hoping for change. Emma Hildebrand reporting for LeedsHacks.
The Leeds Antisocial Behaviour Team has released a report that reveals nighttime crime in Leeds is at an all-time high.
Bars are now on high alert and are urging customers to try and make efforts to stay safe on a night out in the city centre. Lucy Hopwood reports.
Leeds has been voted the best place to drink in England, boasting a thriving music scene and a strong drinking culture. However, alongside this vibrancy, bars and clubs are often overwhelmed by bad behaviour. City Council measures have so far been insufficient at dealing with the problem. Leeds Antisocial Behaviour Team have released their 10-year review. This reveals a decrease in customer satisfaction and an increase in crime levels. With these crimes not only causing injuries to partygoers and damages to property, venues can now run the risk of losing their licence. Bars across Leeds are hoping for an improvement by advising customers on how to have a safer night out.
And definitely Leeds City Centre has got to a point where there are still always going to be people that don't know their limits. So we do a lot of meetings together on how to tackle like antisocial behaviour when people have got too drunk. If somebody's starting to get on their way, we have a series of radio communications and they'll essentially come to a point where they won't be allowed in anywhere, to the point where they'll just have to go home. So advice to stay safe on a night out, I'd definitely say go with a group of friends, or if you're just going with one friend, make sure that like your housemates or somebody else knows that you're going out that night and sort of your route of where you're going to. Definitely have sort of a bit of a plan. Guys, keep your shoes on, keep your drink near you, keep your bags on you, don't go dancing off and leave your bags on the table because they'll go missing. You'll be left without your phone, your money and your cards.
Although bars are attempting to respond to the problem themselves, Councillor Paul Ray says that the team was more efficient in the past and it currently needs more funding to tackle the antisocial behaviour problem. Lucy Hopwood reporting for LeedsHacks.
Recent proposals indicate that Leeds City Council are planning to shut off Norman Street in Kirkstall amid safety concerns.
With Norman Street being one of the busiest roads in Kirkstall, it has sparked debate amongst local residents with contrasting opinions on the matter. Aidan Kerr reports.
The proposed plan includes building a new road for vehicle access within the Abbey Mills site and the potential closure of Norman Street or the adjacent Norman Road. Local residents remain neutral for the time being.
It'll make that road much busier and make it a pain for all the people that live up here to having to go all the way around, and I don't really understand the benefits for us.
Should these plans come to fruition, access could be limited to the local facilities and could cause serious problems for emergency services. Nearby streets are also likely to experience higher levels of congestion.
Yeah, by blocking that road off, I think it will make it safer. It'll stop a rat run and it'll be a lot better. Be a lot safer on these streets, especially if there's any children about. It won't be a problem for them.
With recent proposals suggesting the Leeds City Council may be thinking of cutting off one end of this street, Norman Street, or the adjacent street, Norman Row, it has sparked outcry from local residents who believe it is unnecessary as just to my right sits a primary school, a church hall and a medical centre. Aidan Kerr reporting for LeedsHacks.
Councillors are calling on housing developers in Leeds to reopen Marsh Lane railway station. The station has been shut for over 50 years. Ellie Bagshaw finds out more.
Marsh Lane railway station first opened in 1834 and closed down in 1958. Councillors are now calling on housing developers to reopen the lost station.
I guess it will bring benefits because the train station over there is quite far away. So having one over there would mean you wouldn't have to walk so far.
It would benefit a lot of people because transport would be much better and everything like that, and it would be easier to get to more places, and it would be less crowded because like more people going there and they'd be waiting for more trains and everything, whilst there's going to be another one there and it'd be easier for more people.
Councillor Nash said Leeds has lost most of its suburban stations, but places like Bradford and Manchester have kept theirs. You go to Manchester Piccadilly and the first stop is Manchester Oxford Road.
Better for at least students if there was like an underground system instead that connected like the centre to Hyde Park and areas like that. But I can see the benefits definitely because like the main station gets absolutely packed during the week, so with them being quite close I guess it would split that crowd almost and just like ease up on the congestion a bit.
The proposal is expected to be submitted in the coming months. The new station could lead to a more accessible and connected city. Ellie Bagshaw reporting for LeedsHacks.
In the small area of Calverley in Leeds, litter has become a real problem for some of the residents over the recent years.
In an effort to tackle this issue, locals have started an operation to keep Calverley clean while staying healthy. Joe Cook reports.
Many people won't notice the impact that littering makes, but in small areas such as Calverley, littering stands out to many locals.
Whether it's children dropping cans after school or just plain ignorance, litter is a problem everywhere. But here in Calverley, a small village in Leeds, one resident is looking to do something about it.
Today is here in Calverley, we've got the Calverley Clean-up, which is part of the Great British Clean-up, which is run by Keep Britain Tidy. And all around the country, groups of people are getting together to clean up their neighbourhood. And so I reckon we'll get about, at least 4 people today. Well, I think it's just getting people to take some responsibility for what they see around them. We as runners or as walkers or as people who love being outside, we all enjoy the countryside and we see it being spoiled by litter. So I'd just say, if you see something, pick it up. One piece of litter every time you go out and it'll make a real difference.
With growing concerns over littering in Calverley, it's great to see this small village pulling together to strive towards keeping this village clean. Joe Cook reporting for LeedsHacks.
And now onto the weather for the coming week. We can say goodbye to the warm weather for now, as April showers are expected for Tuesday and Wednesday, but we still have to wait till Thursday before the sun finally returns. However, we are the lucky ones here in Leeds, as the Met Office is predicting freezing temperatures to sweep other areas of the nation, with snowfall also anticipated.
Well, it's great to see the British Spring setting off on the right foot, hey Vishali.
You might say that, Zoe, but I couldn't comment. Have a good week. Bye.